Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Anything OU podcast on our Sooner summary. Hey, real quick, as always, I'm your host, Christian Williams. Got my main man, my co-host, Mr. the one and only, the greatest of all time, Drew England. Drew, how you doing, man?
I don't know. That was an introduction, but hey, I'll take it. I don't know. 100%. Christian's the real CW, so
hey, you know how it is. Hey, so real quick before we get in the video, we have to tell you guys about our sponsor, www.hornsdownshop.com. If you guys want to pick up any cool OU gear that you cannot get on Campus Corner or anywhere else in Norman, and you want to support us as well and our boy Deshaun White, go ahead and stop the first link in the description and pick you up some shirts. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get in the video. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, so real quick before we get in the topics, I've had a couple of family members, actually 6 of them, who watch the videos, reach out to me, and they said that they don't watch the Sooner summaries because they don't know what it is. They like the interviews. They don't know what this other thing is. So I'm going to explain it to the people real quick. Our Sooner summary show is pretty much something that we try to upload every Sunday or Monday. Depends on our schedules behind the scenes, but we usually keep that updated with you guys across social media. But Sooner summary is basically a quick breakdown of everything that happened with the University of Oklahoma with the previous week. So everything that happened before the Sunday or Monday of upload is what we cover. And the biggest topics right now are baseball and softball. And that's pretty much what we're going to be getting into. And so that leads me into this wonderful OU softball versus Texas game. Absolutely wonderful. Started off super cool. You know, we were up 2 and Texas matched, and it was 2-1 forever, right? And I don't remember the inning, but Tiari Jennings hit a bomb. We quickly went up to 7-1. Texas got a hit in the very last inning to make it 7-2. It's really all you need to know. Jordy did not pitch. Hope did phenomenal, in my opinion. She's having, as we've stated in the past on Sooner summaries, I believe we covered it last week. She's having a historic season, and it's under the radar, and she deserves a lot more credit. Go check out the interview we had with her, because she's putting her stamp on Sooner softball. That's for sure. Yeah,
she's doing a hell of a job. Yeah,
which is hard stamps to fill, but she's doing it, and it's impressive. Mm-hmm. So hey, I know this isn't a topic that people like to talk about as far as softball is concerned, but I want to get into it and just present the facts. And on the show, I don't ever want to speak about it again, because
let them have it. Let them have it, C-Dub.
So a lot of people think this this potential national championship matchup in softball of OSU, Oklahoma State, and OU, Oklahoma, is unfair. And I'll be the first person to tell you, and I believe Drew will tell you as well, it is unfair. It is. But let me present to you the facts so you can have a little bit better understanding, and not, this is the best team in the country in Oklahoma, and they have to drive 30 minutes to come play at this stadium. It's just not the case. So the Hall of Fame Stadium, right, Oklahoma City, where these games are played for the World Series, was built and paid for by Oklahoma City in 1987. It first hosted the World Series in 1990, with the exception of 1996. It has hosted every year since 1990. The Hall of Fame Stadium is pretty well known as the softball capital of the world, where a lot of teams go to play, a lot of cool games happen, and it is the capital.
It's a home of USA softball. So.
Yeah, it is the home of USA softball. It is the capital of the world for the sport that is blowing up. I mean, you see softball at the top. I believe OU has almost 1.5 million followers on their softball page. So this sport is just blowing up, and their TV broadcastings, as we've seen, are comparing to the NBA Finals. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But it is entirely taxpayer funded, to my knowledge. One of the more recent projects cost around $27.5 million, which added more permanent seats and more bathrooms, among other amenities. Again, tax paid money of the state of Oklahoma.
New press box a couple years ago.
New press box for this US softball capital of the world. They host other things like the Big 12 tournament, the World Cup of softball, USA Slow Pitch Championship Series, and a lot more. So it's not just the World Series for the D1 softball. In 1996, they held the World Series in Georgia at Golden Park just a few weeks before the Olympics. And that was the one exception that it has not been hosted in Oklahoma City. And I want to put this to light. Oklahoma didn't become on the map for softball until we won our first national title in 2000. The stadium was here way before Patty came, way before we got dominant like we have been. And that was our first NCAA appearance in the World Series, and we won. The last that we had for anything World Series, AIAW World Series, was in 1982, before the stadium in Oklahoma City became a thing. And the other appearances we had were in this, 1975, 1980, 1981. Never won anything though. So I wanted to put that to light and put it to rest that it is absolutely unfair that Oklahoma only gets to drive 30, 45 minutes to this stadium, right? But it has nothing to do with they're the best team in the country, so they get to drive 30 minutes. It doesn't matter where you put this stadium. Put it in Florida, put it in Texas, put it wherever. But the state of Oklahoma is paying taxes for this stadium. And that's just where they decided to put it. And the contract goes to 2035. So,
well, and it's for me, and I see the logic behind USA softball. It's a central location.
Yeah.
For all the women and people who represent Team USA to come. And it's not like, oh, well, the East Coast people have to fly all the way out to California, vice versa, whatever it is. Everybody can meet in the middle. And
you could argue you could put it somewhere more central, right? Like Kansas, but who the hell wants to go play in the World Series in Kansas? Like, let's be honest.
And
Oklahoma City.
And look at what the benefits it has had for the city, Oklahoma City, things like that. It's boosted population. It's boosted, business, everything like that. And for us, yes, obviously it's an advantage for Oklahoma to play at a place like that, but it's not our fault because we're not sitting here scheduling the games. Yeah. We're not saying, look at all the places we traveled this year for softball. Look at what we do throughout the season and where we go. We play all over the place. We go to West Coast, we go to Hawaii, we go to Florida. We're going to go down there next year, stuff like that. And so it's like, hey,
I will say this, like Oklahoma as a university and our fan base, we have a lot of travel guys, right? Where now San Antonio and the Alamo Bowl in the previous year is not a good representation because it's only a couple hours. But I will say in Atlanta for the game that we went to for
the Peach Bowl,
OU Peach Bowl, right?
Yep.
There was a lot of OU fans. It was 60-40, right?
Yeah.
Louisiana's closer to Atlanta, so obviously it's going to be that 60-40 split. But a lot of people showed up, so we travel really well. Yeah. So I don't want to guarantee it and promise it, but I would have a hard time believing if
our fan base travels well.
Yeah, if it was in Florida that we wouldn't travel well. So we'd still have fans.
Absolutely.
So enough about that, man. Our softball team's amazing. We're playing insane. If you would have told me this team would have done what they're doing without Jordy Ball, I don't know if I would have believed it.
Well, I know that me and you were kind of, and obviously our pitching has been done well without her. I'm not saying that she's the only horse, but there was a few question marks for sure going into the World Series. And, obviously our girls, Nicole May has pitched a little bit, but Hope, you didn't really know what, to expect from her not being in a World Series and stuff. But like we said in the onset, dude, she has done a great job. And, will we see Jordy in this next winner's bracket game? Who knows? I mean, we'll see. And it's good to have that. It's good to have that problem for sure.
Yeah. And a really quick shout out to Jessica Bame. She's in a lot of Twitter spaces, stuff like that. She's the one that gave me all of these softball facts. She's a softball connoisseur.
She is one of the gurus on Twitter.
So
everybody asks me baseball questions and I love it. I'm part of the guys with Johnny Baseball and all that, but I leave it to Andrew and to Austin and to Jessica and those people. I mean, I love it. I'll follow it. I know a lot of stats, but they follow it really, really close. And
they do.
So
shout out to her, because without her, I wouldn't be able to present those facts. So I didn't tell her I'd give her a shout out, but thank you, Jessica, if you're watching. I'm sure you are. Drew, baseball, man. I know.
Yeah. Well,
I actually watched a baseball game for once, man.
Yeah. Well, as we're shooting this right now, we're in the top of the fifth, 2-0 Florida. Actually, now we're going to the bottom of the fifth. So hopefully we can hold on here the rest of this game, and we don't need a deciding game tomorrow. But hey, the first 2 games for baseball in the Gainesville Regional, come out freaking, swinging the bat, scoring 16 runs, and then turning around and beating Florida last night 9-4, puts us in the driver's seat. It puts us a great opportunity. If we drop this game tonight, Florida's going to have to come back. Their pitching is going to be burned a little bit. And it's going to be tough to beat a team twice, even though they're at home. I still like our chances. I like the way this team is battling. And I've been on the train the whole year. And talking baseball, Christian, he's like, man, talking baseball again, whatever. But man, I love what this team's doing. I believe in this team. I talked to a lot of the players quite a bit, especially our guy last night. Shout out to David Sandlin, the Sandman, throwing a gym last night. Love him, love his family, and what this team's doing. I fully expect us, if it's not tonight, tomorrow, to close it out and beat Florida and move on to the Super Regionals. So, and just love what the young freshmen are doing. John Spikerman, Nicholas, all those guys, man, they are Wallace Clark, just playing well. Peyton Graham, Jimmy Barrels last night with 2 home runs. They're killing it, and hopefully we got a lot of ball game left in this one, but I love them.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. I pay more attention to softball, as you the fans know, and I picked up on this baseball game last night because I had nothing else to do. Right, tonight definitely will be watching the NBA Finals. Go Golden State, because Lakers fans.
Oh man, we are a house divided right here. Yeah, I'm going for the Celtics. So
I'm a Lakers fan, man. I don't want the Celtics to win.
And for those of you who don't know, obviously you do if you follow me on Twitter and see it. But I'm a Duke basketball fan as well, and I like my boy Jason Tatum. So got to roll with the Celtics. So
no, but this baseball team, I picked up a couple of games, and I say games, I picked up a couple of innings, right? Probably 12 innings total throughout the season. And listening to Andrew, our producer, talk, and listening to Drew here talk about baseball, sounded like this team was just right there. They were either going to do 2 things. They were going to excel highly, or we were going to finish out the season the way that we were going. And I'm glad to see that we excelled highly, right? Like you've been saying it all year. This is one of the most exciting teams in college baseball right now. And so to have one of the most exciting teams, it's fun to watch. And as someone that doesn't watch baseball, it's gotten me to watch baseball, and that's something that's really hard to do. So,
well, and I think hopefully we can sustain this momentum like softball has done, and get more people, jumping on board with OU baseball. We just got a donation, a big donation to help with the new project for the baseball stadium, stuff like that. So there's things in the works. The future is very bright. A lot of young talent on this team. There's a lot of talent that's on the bench right now too. And so I see Oklahoma on the climb with Skip Johnson and the way that, his staff and everybody, they've been able to put together some good recruiting classes. Obviously you got Mark McGuire's 2 sons. One's on the team now. One's coming in next year to pitch. Life, I think, is going to be good for Sooner baseball for years to come. So,
yeah. Hey, and how about Porter Mosier the other day?
That dude is it's like he is, when he was at Loyola Chicago, he was a frequent guy at Wrigley Field, and he's a diehard Cubs fan, man. He loves some Cubs baseball, and see him out there again the other day rocking the Cubs jersey and the OU hat was pretty cool. So
no, it was cool to see a coach out there doing that and staying to his roots of where he previously was. So yeah, I'm all for it. Man, that's everything I have to cover today, Drew. You got anything else off the top of the noggin?
Hey, like we said, softball started off great. Big win against Northwestern, then obviously Texas. Playing tomorrow in the winners bracket game. We win tomorrow. We're on to the champ series, and here we go again. Let's go back to back. Let's get another natty. So,
number 1, baby. Hey, y'all have a fantastic day. We love you guys.
Boomer.
That's been everything on the AnythingOU podcast for our Sooner Summary. We really appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you've made it this far, comment something down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. And that's everything I got, man. Drew, you got anything you want to leave the wonderful people with?
Hey, as always, thank you so much for your support, for your likes, follows, everything like that. Everybody's supporting us with the t-shirts. We see that a lot, all the comments. If you buy a t-shirt, hey, shout us out. We'll retweet it. We'll make sure that people know that you're supporting us. Thank you so much. If you haven't yet, drop down, subscribe to the channel, leave us some feedback, leave us comments, tell us what you want to hear on the summaries, tell us what interviews you want. We love the feedback. We take it to heart. Trust me. Jackie and Andrew do a good job behind the scenes of putting stuff together for us. And as a team, we just want to give the people what they want. So,
absolutely.
Hey, we love it. So,
hey, Drew, come on with it. Hit us with it.
Boomer.
Sooner.